Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in. So today I am going to be reviewing the trio of retro shmups, and that's Cotton 2, Cotton Boomerang and also Guardian Force. But what I want to mention right straight off the bat is I don't know why Guardian Force is on this. It's just a total different game, but whatever. Let's get straight into it then guys. So these games were originally released for the Sega Saturn way back in the day, I think in 1997 if I'm correct, and a little bit earlier. But I'm going to start off with Guardian Force first. So as I was playing this game, I had a ton of fun. It is a really good game. I do enjoy shmups a lot. I remember playing a lot of these back in the days in the arcades and stuff. Didn't actually play this game on the Sega Saturn, although I do remember my friend having this for his Sega Saturn, and I used to watch him play it, but I never played it myself because I don't know, I was just not into it at the time, and I just felt like this would be a lot more fun in an arcade because that's where I experienced these types of games. Now that being said, if you try to pick up this copy for the Sega Saturn on eBay or something, I think you're definitely gonna spit your coffee out or your tea, whatever you like, whatever beverage you like to drink, because some of the prices that I saw on eBay were going for like £150 plus, you know, so that's a lot of money to pay for any one of these games that's on this actual collection. Now that being said, so the issue that I had with this game mainly was the frame rate is pretty bad, and it is quite noticeable on this video as well. At first I just thought maybe it's my controller, it's not synced properly, because I was playing it in docked mode, so I decided to take my Nintendo Switch out of docked mode, and as soon as I started playing it was the same. Like, there's so much input lag. I mean, I'm talking about 13-14 frames at least, if not more at some points, and that's quite a lot. And it's a bit of a shame, to be honest. And I know these games weren't, you know, great when they first came out on the original platform, the Sega Saturn and stuff, but still, that being said, you know, we're in a whole new era, Nintendo Switch. You know, it would have been nice for them to just patch these little problems up. There has been a patch, but still hasn't really fixed the frame rate issue at the time of this review, unfortunately. So yeah, my main gripe with this game is obviously frame rate, and apart from that, it's a lot of fun, ton of fun. It just doesn't make sense that this actual game is on this collection, but like I mentioned earlier, whatever, it's just good to have on one cart, I guess. So another thing that I just want to mention is that the controls on all three of these games is quite cumbersome and quite confusing at times, because it would have been good to have a Sega Saturn controller as a visual to be able to change the keys according to a Sega Saturn controller if you was to change the keys. And the reason why I say that is because it's just quite confusing to just do it all, and there's not really anything or any way to figure out what keys are what until you actually change the keys and then go into the game and play, if you know what I mean, if that makes sense. But aside from that, I mean, it's fine. Once you start playing the games, you kind of get used to the controls anyway, but it's just that if anybody wants to swap the keys out, it's going to be a bit difficult and it's going to take a bit of time to get used to it. So yeah, bear that in mind as well, guys. And just to put it out there, guys, if frame rate issues are a great deal breaker for you guys, then I guess this is not a good deal for yourselves. I would avoid this version of the games because it does have frame rate issues, along with there's quite a few, like it's got anti-aliasing issues as well, and also it does have the control issues like I mentioned. So there's a lot of stuff in here that doesn't really stack up to what you're buying really. It's a bit of a broken game in my humble opinion, and that's across the board. That's for all three of them. I think it's a real shame and a really missed opportunity at this point. But let's continue, and obviously we've got a couple of more games to talk about, so let's move on and talk about those. So the next game that I'm going to talk about is Cotton Boomerang. Now another thing that I just want to mention, that the emulation settings for all three of these games are completely identical, and it's accessed by pressing the minus key at any time. Two language settings are available, English and Japanese. However, this only affects the option menu text. The games themselves remain completely untranslated and are in Japanese. So that's just like a side note for you guys. So one may ask the question, what difference does not being able to understand the story make in a shump? In my humble opinion, quite a lot. Actually, for both Cotton games, it strips away a whole layer of charm that's supposed to be there and supposed to be a part of the player's experience of a game. And it also takes away a reason to engage with them beyond scoring perfection and making it harder for newcomers to find a friendly way into the wonderful world of shumps. That's just my humble opinion and my take on it. It just takes away from the whole experience, to be honest. I feel like I've been a bit too negative with these games, so on a bit of a positive note, guys, one of the things that I really liked was that you're able to quick save and also quick load on one slot, as well as a short rewind feature and also slow motion mode, all make it easy to practice a tricky spot or simply put the games down, have a break and come back and resume right where you left off basically. So that was a neat touch. Well done. Another thing that I want to mention is that I couldn't actually tell the difference between Cotton Boomerang and also Cotton 2 up until I actually really paid attention. In Cotton Boomerang you get to have 3 characters, in Cotton 2, as you'll see, you can only have 1, and they've kind of like changed up a little bit, but the differences aren't that much in the game itself. They're quite the same game with just minor differences. And I know a lot of people who have played this game were really waiting for this and wanted to experience it properly. It's just a shame that such a long awaited and welcome re-release of an epic classic has been treated with such little care, unfortunately. With all that being said, guys, I did have a lot of fun. I did get past all the gripes that I've mentioned for all 3 of these games, and I did complete all 3 of these games. And the other good thing is that I didn't actually mention earlier is that you can actually play these games in co-op mode, and then it just changes the whole, it's just a whole load more fun when you're playing with someone on the couch. Couch co-op play is the way to go, and I love being able to play these games with somebody else. Unfortunately, I didn't manage to capture some footage with another player because I wasn't recording at the time. Moving on swiftly to Cotton 2 then. Right, so Cotton 2, like I mentioned earlier, is not much different from Cotton Boomerang, and you'll see that the visuals are kind of the same and the gameplay is more or less the same, even though I feel like this is slightly slower than Cotton Boomerang, and that's just me, my humble opinion. Let me know in the comment section if you think I'm wrong, because sometimes your mind can play games with you, and that does happen to me from time to time. I'm only human, guys. But anyway, yeah, this game is I preferred the Cotton Boomerang, to be honest with you. That's more fun. You get 3 characters, whereas this one you just get the 1. And I died a lot on all 3 of these games, I'm not going to lie to you, especially Cotton Boomerang. I died a lot on that. But the good thing is you get 3 characters and you can just carry on and keep going. So that was a little bit easy for me to complete. This one, not so much. I just kept dying a lot, especially on some of the bosses. They can be a bit tricky and stuff, so yeah, you want to watch out for that. But like I mentioned, once you get past all these minor gripes and stuff, like frame rate issues aren't really a deal breaker for me. As you can see, I did buy the game, and I did know a little bit that that this game does have some issues. I didn't know that there were frame rate issues, but my friend did tell me that it does have some issues. So before you buy it, do check the reviews and stuff, so I didn't bother doing that because I'm not that type of person. If I like something, I visually actually liked all three of these games, and I was kind of happy to have them on one cartridge. And obviously there's some nostalgia there for me as well, because I used to watch my friend play this game. I don't know if it was the first one or the second one, but he did actually used to play this on the Sega Saturn. So for me, for that reason, just to relive some of those memories, because I used to just sit there and watch him for hours whilst he used to be playing, and I was like, wow, this guy's actually really good at this game. And I was in awe. So yeah, definitely brings back memories. So for that reason, even if it does have the issues and whatnot, it doesn't bother me. At least I've got it and I can replay this game and have some good memories. I mean, I love shmups as a whole anyway. One of my favorite shmups of all time is called Galuda 2. I remember playing that on the Xbox 360. You had to get a Japanese version of that Xbox just to get the game on the Xbox Arcade Marketplace, and yeah, that's going way back now. But yeah, I had to do that just to play that game. And I can't wait for that game to actually come out for the Nintendo Switch. I've heard some rumblings that it might be coming, so hopefully, fingers crossed, that game does come to the Nintendo Switch. So just to sum it up, guys, these three games for myself are, you know, they're great. It's good to have them on one cart. I've now mentioned this a couple of times on this video review already, but for myself, it's not really a deal breaker that, you know, you're losing 10-15 frames here and there, because I do experience that on quite a lot of games on the Nintendo Switch. I experienced that on Shin Megami Tensei 5. That didn't stop me from playing that game. So yeah, you know, it's one of those things. It depends what game you're playing, I know, and all that kind of stuff. So for all you technical guys that frame rates bother you and stuff, so I understand where you're coming from. And if that's the case, like I mentioned, don't buy this game and stay away from it. But for all you guys who love games and who actually played this game on the Sega Saturn and just want it for nostalgia reasons and just to have some fun, you know, it is a good pick up and play game. All three of them are epic games, and I totally recommend you pick this one up. Okay, so to wrap it up, guys, I'm going to give this game a solid 7 out of 10, and that's just because of the minor gripes that it does have. Might be major for some people, but yeah, 7 out of 10. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Please like, share and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. Leave some comments in the comment section. Don't forget to hit that bell notification, hit that thumbs up, it does help a lot. And I'll catch you on the next video. Stay safe, guys, and peace.